Welcome back to Grey Squadron Gaming for another exciting episode in our Star Wars Shatterpoint series. This is episode 5. Ain't no jive. We've got me with Vader, Obi, and the 501st, showing off the Vader pack, with, of course, bringing the 501st friends, because Vader's a 7-point build, so you gotta bring a 3-point friend or support. And I got the whole Luminara pack here with Luma, Baris, and the 2 awesome Sculpt Rebel Commandos. Really love how those guys came out. And they are playing some other new units across the other side of the board. We have Grievous with Kalani and some Magnas, because Grievous loves his Magnas, and Maul decided to bring Django and the B2. So almost all the new stuff, just missing Crackalacken.
Yeah, I like Django. He did work for me.
yeah, he did. Someone asked in the last video if we could talk about how wounds work with this. So yeah, let's talk about that for a second. Okay, so let's give some examples here. Baris is 8 health. She can have 2 injury tokens versus someone like Luminara at 9 health, 3 injury tokens. So what happens? If in the game you get attacked, and after the attack tree and everything goes through, you end up with 9 damage. You then get a wounded token on your mini, which means you will not contest objectives. You cannot do any attack or anything if someone gives you an ability to attack.
You are no longer engaged in melee.
You're no longer engaged in melee. You can still, people can still, like, you can still have, like, give them, you can still attack them to give them more conditions. Why would you want to do that? Because once I go back through my deck and I pull that person, I will then remove all the damage off them. So let's use Luminara as an example. She had 9 damage. I pull her again. I take her injury token, take her wound token, flip it to an injury token, remove all 9 damage off her and 1 condition. So if she had 3 or 4 conditions, I have to pick.
Yeah.
Right? And now she has 1 injury of her 3. She goes down again. The turn after that, well, she gets another wound token with her injury token. We start that crossover. If I pull her again with a Shatterpoint or something, right, I will then do the same thing. I will remove the damage in 1 condition, and her injury token becomes a wound token, or a wound token becomes an injury token. Bring her to 2. Now, if she goes down again, she's getting hammered in this game.
Real beaten up.
She will have 3 tokens. Same thing will happen. I go to activate her again. She'll flip her wound to an injury. That will bring her up to 3. Heal all the damage and remove 1 condition. Oh, wait, Joe, why would you do that? You're already fully wounded or injured. No, actually how this works is you still get a full activation. At the end of the activation, if your threshold, so if you have 3 injury tokens, that's her threshold, is the same. She is then picked up and removed from the game. She's out of it.
That is the only way you remove characters.
So obviously Primaries at 3 is a lot tougher, but when you get down to like 2 staminas on supports, or 6, right, even though he has protection, they can go down a little easier. Only 2 times and less health. So it's definitely hard. We haven't really removed many at all from this. I think maybe 2 supports total. I don't remember.
Maybe a couple.
Yeah, not much. So it's really hard to completely remove them. But for scoring purposes, wounding them and then moving into that position, you just steal that point. So it's really nice. So let me know if that clarified how the injury wound system works with the character. When you reactivate them, you heal off everything and only remove 1 condition. For today's battle, we flipped after we set up. So we put our units down, then we shuffled them ones, and we pulled number 1. This is going to be recon enemy positions. These are the active, lovely things. I am the first player, so it's oriented towards me. So that's active, that one, and this one. I already showed you where everyone's at, so we're going to get right into it. But I can't forget to thank our Patreons.
A huge thanks to the Patreon.
Specifically the Commander Patreons.
The Commander Patreons: Dan Dubak, Jamal Olahadi, Mitchum Ernst, Alex Bingham, Michael Klein, Caleb Rogers, Anthony Minerva, Steve Sneed, Paul Jorgensen, Just David, Archon Dan, Howard Robison, Michael Hume, Jason Tatro, Evan Christensen, Thomas Trotman, James Wood, Sam Page, Andre Moskop, Cav Powell, Gregory Williams, Eli Arthur, and Walden Kaywood, Cam Nickel, Anthony Binomo, Kazran, Zach Tack, Chris Kemp, Flobit, Jan Alexander Hansen, and Anthony Hoskins. Huge thanks to you guys. I know you guys mostly come for Legion, but a lot of you have talked about how much you enjoy our Shatterpoint stuff, so if you like Shatterpoint, if you're here just for the Shatterpoint, come on and become a Patreon and see our Shatterpoint videos early.
You can submit lists for Shatterpoint, and I promise you right now, the list pool for Shatterpoint, you probably will get pulled much quicker than a Legion pool, because most people want Legion, which is completely fine. Right. But if you want to submit Shatterpoint instead, your list will get pulled. And as we get more characters to the game, it'll be more fun to build. It's starting to get up there better now.
We got a lot more going on, so.
Before anyone asks, this is just a prototype that J Squared built a while ago. It's a double-bladed lightsaber. It's for the threat tracker. I just think it looks cool, so we're playing with it. It's not for selling or anything. If you guys like something like that, just let us know in the comments. We'll let them know. Force-wise, I'm going to be playing with 7 because of 4 and 3. He'll be playing with 6 because of 3 and 3. I showed you the list as we went through it, as he was talking to Patreons. I also told you everyone we had. We build everything at Tabletop Admiral. for the list builder. I'm Patreon for them. Shout out to Tabletop Admiral, just because they're very clean interface. I like the interface a lot. They don't support the channel or anything. I support them, but just want to give them a shout out. That's why I build all my lists. So if you're curious, like I didn't hover over something long enough, you want to see, if you go to their page, you can look at all the stuff, which is really nice. Two more things real quick. This mat, this awesome desert mat you're seeing, I'm trying to show you some of the details on it. There's a lot of cracks and fissures and like all these kind of cool symbols. It's from Skirmish Mats. There's a discount code below for 10% off. So if you need a mat, they have different options besides the desert one. Check them out. We do have J Squared also makes these awesome token holders. There's cardboard ones, and there's also acrylic ones for Curled Paw. Curled Paw is another one of the sponsors on the channel for Legion. They also sponsor for, and here's some. We're giving away a full set of Shatterpoint tokens as well, including a core box. This will be the last video to get entered to win for the core box. So a week after this video, we'll start pulling the names for some tokens and for the core box. So if you want a brand new game,
want to join Shatterpoint?
This right now is a limited edition one. This is the Boba Fett holder. It's got the nice kind of matte army green there, olive green, whatever you want to call it. It holds 2 full sets of dice, holds all the acrylic tokens and all of the lovely cubes. This is inlay, so the white and red are one layer, the yellow is another layer. It looks fantastic. They also have these awesome holders. So right now they just make the black ones, but if you want something specific, they can make custom. It holds all your holders, easy access for your templates, your ranges, all that fun stuff, magnet lids and everything. Okay, with that said, I think it's time to get crack-a-lackin'.
Let's do it.
Going to my card. My first card pulled today is, we've got Miss Barris Ophi herself. Not necessarily the one I wanted. The clones or Obi would be the ones I want, but I don't want to pull Vader or Loom, so I'm going to go with her. I don't want to risk it.
You could spend a force, throw her back.
But risk the primary pull. I don't want
true.
So I'm going to spend a force, though, to use her ability Force Speed, which is each character in this unit, which is just her, obviously, may do a full advance. So in this game, for people who are new and still learning, when it says each character in this unit, that's just a future, not just future, it's consistency across the terms. So even though she's a unit of 1, it still applies to each character in her unit, which is 1. So sometimes the wording can get a little interesting until you learn it. Now, to use an ingress, which is like a ladder, elevator, etc., you have to be within 1. I'm not within 1 yet. So I'm going to take my first actual action will be to move.
Advance, okay.
She'll go up to there, and then she gets to be placed at a 1 from this.
Right.
So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of
give her some cover up there.
tuck her in a little bit there.
Okay.
And then her second and last actual action will be to take cover and get a hunker token.
Get a hunker token up there.
And that will, because in this game, you can't, even if I'm behind cover and you can see part of me and shoot me, I don't benefit from cover at all until I have a hunker. That was the instant change before the game came out. So it's something important to keep in mind.
Correct. And then the first activation on the first turn does not score, so he will gain control over the point, but he will not score the point.
He's correct. I get control, but I no scoring until the second activation.
All right, my first is going to be the Shatterpoint. Ooh. You don't often want to see it first, but with Kalani, it's not that bad because it does get me the ability to move all my droids. So I'm actually going to go ahead and keep it. I'm not going to spend the force to shuffle it back in. So Kalani's first ability is Roger. All supporting battle droids within range 4 of Kalani, which is currently everybody, get to do a dash.
And this symbol here, as a reminder, is your tactical. It's on his actual card if you were to pull his name as a reminder, because he gets it free.
So we're going to start with these B2s. The B2s are going to move.
Man, who
they
loves
are within
that
range
chunky
1.
looking Clone War B2?
They're the best. So we'll pop them up there, and they will end there as there. These B2s will start moving forward.
Forward and onward.
Oops.
Smacking Maul as he goes,
Why not?
as a B2 should do.
So they'll get to move there, and that's where they will end up. We will go ahead and move this Magna forward.
People who play a lot and are very familiar with the game know that droids have a little bit of an advantage right now in the game. Yeah, just because of the pure movement is crazy.
A crazy amount of movement. And then we will...
And when the game is about getting to the objective to hold it, movement is a good thing.
Yeah, we will pop this one up there.
Okay.
And that was all for free.
Didn't cost a force, didn't cost any actions.
So we are going to go ahead and advance Kalani himself, itself, however you want to use that word.
As you can see, since the last video, Don painted literally his entire fleet of Shatterpoint in
everything,
2 days.
Yes,
so.
Everything that I painted there.
He's got all his lovely painting ready.
And then, give me 1 second, I forgot to actually plan out the rest of what I was doing.
He's going to take a think.
All right, so after doing some thinking, I'm going to go ahead and spend 1 force to use Tactical Network, which is choose an allied battle droid character within 4. The chosen character may dash and then gain a hunker. So I'm going to go ahead and have this
look at darn zones.
Magna move. They're so good. We'll climb up the ladder. We'll end up right here. I I would gain a hunker, but now I'm engaged with Baris, so I don't gain a hunker. I lose the hunker. She loses her hunker. And then I'm going to go ahead and with my second actual action for Kalani, I'm just going to take a shot into Baris.
Yeah, removing the hunker token in melee makes me miss primary Obi-Wan Kenobi a lot.
Yeah, that's nice.
Okay, he's attacking with 7 dice. There's his attack tree and his damage. We'll come back to that and look how that goes after the roll. There's my defensive tree against a range. I'm only defending with 4, so not the best defense.
All right, we'll see what happens.
And since he took my hunker, I don't get any.
Yeah, no benefit of cover there. So 1
2
miss
expertise for gun is
just
crit 2 hits.
That's pretty solid.
This is gonna hurt.
So that's gonna be a crit. That's gonna be a hit, and then we get to add a bonus hit.
Yeah, him having that droid move twice in this round of melee me really hurt my defensive ability. Otherwise, I'd be rolling 6 dice here, not 4. Well, we failed 2.
Oh.
Block 1. 2 gives us only 1 block and a movement.
No, you only have 1.
All right, I only have 1.
These are failures, buddy.
So 2 blocks take away 2. So he's going to have 5 to play with here.
Which I think is my whole tree. So we're gonna do 2 damage.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna do a damage and a push.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna do a damage, and I think I've used all of my abilities, so I don't think I get a free ability anymore. That's 3, 4, 5. We'll do the reposition and the damage, and then another push and 3 damage.
So we're going to total of 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think it's enough to down her already. Yeah.
Yep.
So.
She goes down.
With the bonkers movement roll that droids have, he did take that one from me and push me twice. So I'm way over there and completely wounded already. And he has that one, which gives him 2 points for this. So we go to the tracker. And the cubes move 2 to his side. Since it's not on my side, no momentum cubes are gained, except for he forgot. He does get a momentum for KOing me.
Knocking you down.
So he gets 1 there. And then we go to me and see how I can respond after that in 1 shot. Baris. Go to my stack after that whooping. We got Luminara. You know, I thought using it wouldn't be a bad idea, but I'm actually going to spend a force to put her in reserve. We're going to put the reserve in the middle here.
Sure.
Because part of her flow of the force says you may look at the top card of your order deck before revealing an order card or choosing to activate a unit from the reserve. So I can always peek at my card and decide which I want to go with. So I want something in there.
That's nice.
I'm hoping for some commandos or some 501st now.
Oh, got some 501st.
Okay, that works perfect for me. Okay, so they're already within 1 there, so they're controlling that one. But I think what we're going to do now is we're going to kind of start advancing a little bit. So we're going to each take a hunker and spend a force to do this using the ability called defensive maneuvers, which lets them dash. Each character unit may dash, and after they dash, they get a hunker.
So he got a little excessive with this hunker.
I'm just giving them the token first, but they're still dashing.
So get the dash.
So this one's not going to do a full dash. Oh, he's not move Vader. He's going to do a full dash to come up to about there. This one will also kind of do a little bit of a dash.
Okay.
There's no ladder over here, right?
There was not.
There's not. So this one will dash. Yeah, he's going to stay on this point. He's going to kind of come up to this point like so.
Sure.
That's the first free action, if you will.
Okay. Cost a force, but
Cost a force.
It's not. Didn't use one of their 2 actions.
We will then come up to here.
Advance,
and you have to be, we'll do a mover, the move, and the moves will be advanced. You have to be within range 2 to contest.
Yep.
No one's on that elevation, so if I just move him into here, he will be contesting that for now until someone goes on the same elevation as him.
That's true.
That's his second action.
Okay.
And I think for his final action, what we're going to do is...
the other guy has to do a move now as well.
No, he doesn't. There you go, he moved.
Okay. I mean, I'm just saying you're only doing 1.
I don't want him to move again. This is his home.
He's
now.
holding the point down.
Vader told him not to move, so you listen to Vader. So what he's going to do now is he's going to take a shot into the lovely...
Magna Guard?
Magna Guard up top, maybe?
Okay.
Or the Magna Guard out there. I'll take some range. He's going to shoot one of the Magna Guards.
All right, we'll take a look.
Range attack, 7 dice coming at him. This is my trees, and then over there for defense in range, he's got a...
My range defense is 5.
So 7 on 5.
All right.
Taking a shot. This is the Magna up top. He does not get benefit from the cover because...
I don't have a hunker.
Because I'm a hunker token. Yeah, 3 failures.
That's not great.
Not great. One is going to be 1 hit. So you're looking at a total of 4 coming at you.
All right, so I do roll 5 defense dice here. 3 failures and 2 blocks.
So I will have 2 getting through still.
Okay.
So we're going to go ahead and...
You're going to pin me
and do 2 damage.
And 2 damage. Okay.
Okay, so I'm scoring this one and this one now. I got 2 points. So we come over to the... We're going to move this too. And
back to the middle.
We both get a momentum cube when it's in the middle. So there we go. We're both getting a little closer.
All right, for my second, I get Maul, and I really don't want to use him yet because he can't hit anything quite yet. So we're going to put him in reserves.
Spending one of those sweet forces.
And we're going to pull out our Magna Guards, which is okay. Their first action, they are pinned, so I can't move, and they don't have a ranged attack. So we're just going to use the recover action to pull off the pin.
Recover removes 1 condition or heals 1 health. So he's picking the condition removal.
And then for our second action, we're going to go with a move. So this guy is going to do a full-on advance. He's going to mirror his friend on the other side there. I don't think... No, we're not in range for melee. This guy, he's just going to move up just a little bit just to make it more difficult for you to get up here later. And that will be them.
Okay. And scoring-wise, he didn't anything new this round, so he'll have 2.
Yep.
Nothing went down or anything, so we're just going to slide
so 1, 2 over here for me, and that's it.
And on his side, so no cubes are added. Let's keep going. Okay, I use Luminara's ability to peek at this card to decide if I want to go with this or this. That's part of her Flow of the Force ability.
That's so flowy.
And I'm going to go with this because this seems like a good time. It's the Shatterpoint card.
Shatterpoint, shiny Shatterpoint.
This is the one, the Gift of Games is running some events weekly, and if you win a game of Shatterpoint, just win 1 game, they give you this cool little OP kit, shiny version of it, which was nice.
I've had to play my Legion League game, so I haven't been able to play mine yet.
If we get any extras, we'll give them away to you guys. So let you know. So Vader's going to go. Vader's going to spend 1 force. That means I have used 4 of my 7 force already now.
That's pretty solid.
But it gives me Vader's Fury, which lets him do a full advance, and the next time he swings, you add 2 damage to the attack. Not 2 attack
Not
dice.
2 dice, just 2 straight up damage.
Just do a full advance, come up to here.
Sure.
And I think what we're going to do for my next action, my next trick, if you will, is just, we just have to get within range 2 to start slicey, right?
That's true.
And since this game doesn't really care about cover unless you have a hunker token, I'm not too worried about trying to...
do not have a hunker, unfortunately.
Staying there. So we'll just kind of come up to about... I don't want to go too far. About there.
Just into melee, okay.
And then we're going to take 2 wounds on Vader right now to add 2 dice to my attack.
Big swing.
I'm going to see how much health you have, but I think I still want to do that. Okay.
I have 8 health, but yes, we'll take a look.
So if you guys know from our previous videos, you can switch. The primaries have a double-sided card, if you don't remember, if this is your first video watching. And once pre-activation, you can switch it. I have it on the defensive side, I call it. It's also the side he gets a range attack, which is nice. But it's a little bit more defensive. But I'm actually going to keep this and negate the 1 dice. Since I already took 2 damage, add 2 more.
Right.
And I already have 2 damage getting through to my Vader's Fury, so I just need to get 4 successes here down this character. So I think we're safe there with
probably not going to be too hard.
With just 9 dice. Just 9 dice.
Yep. I do throw 5 defensive dice in melee, and I do get okay surging. So
6, 7, 8, 9.
Surging. What's the word it is?
Expertise.
Expertise.
So 9 attack dice coming at you right now. We've got 3 failures, which isn't terrible. I've got 3 expertise, which is a crit and a hit. So 1 crit, 1 hit. Could have been a little better for that many dice, but we'll end up with a total of 5.
5, all right. I need to block at least 2 here to keep the unit standing.
Yeah, that's good.
Yep. So we have 1 failure and 2 is 2 blocks. So we're going to block 2. So we block 4. So just the crit is what goes through.
Yeah, maybe I should went the other side. So it's going to be a damage and 2 damage and a push, which means you're actually going to get 4 damage and a push. Also, you're within range for coordinated fire from an attack with the pile first. You'll get a strain token as well.
Sounds
great. So
great.
strain token, push, and 4 damage.
Strain token, push, and 4 damage. That's pretty solid.
Okay, go ahead and push him back a little bit. Didn't have a great swing, he had a good defense swing, so he's still alive, unfortunately. But I still control this one and this one, so that still gives me 2, which means it's going to go back in the middle.
Back in the middle. 2 more cubes for us.
2 more cubes are coming on each side because it's in the middle at the end.
Alrighty. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and go and pull another card. It is Grievous.
And that's your reminder that you have a tactical ability.
So my tactical ability on Grievous is Onward. I get to choose another allied battle droid. Character within 4, and that chosen character may dash. Unfortunately, all of my battle droids are just a little too far out of range.
Oh no, they have so much movement.
Right, so no onward for them. But I'm going to spend 1 force to start here. I'm going to Scuttle. Scuttle gives me an advance, and it also gives me scale for the rest of this round.
Scale says when you advance or dash, you may climb instead. So for free things, it's handy we can get up there. But he wants the full movement.
Correct.
Because he wants to face the Dark Lord.
Yeah. So Grievous is going to go and try to collect another lightsaber here. So he's going to move all the way up. Because I want to make sure we're also engaged.
Grievous with his extra wide stance, flowing cape, and on top of a mountain makes him look so much bigger than Vader.
Yeah. So we're going to move all the way up in there just to engage Vader, and we'll swing on into him.
Darth Grievous versus Darth Vader. Here on Grey Squadron Gaming. Next to the wrecked speeder, I still have to paint. Okay, we have him on the Cunning Warlord side, which I believe is the more defensive side, right?
That is the more defensive side.
He's going for the tree. I think I heard him mentioning something
there
like
is a
jump or something right there. So he's going to roll 6. I'm going to roll 6 on my defensive. There's my tree. There's his tree. Let's see what the roll looks like.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to switch because I can't jump and do what I want to do.
Okay, he's changing his mind.
I'm going to switch to side. I'm going to go for some damage here instead of the jump doesn't let me.
Okay, so now he rolls 8 dice. It is 2 more. That's
2 more dice. A lot more damage potential. Let's see what happens. So we got 1, 2, 3 failures. And then one is going to be a crit and a hit.
It's not a bad conversion there.
Hit and a crit get added here.
So I'm looking at a total of what?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Well, 6 defense dice. Let's hope for a good roll here, guys. I do fail half.
3 failures and 1 turns into 2 blocks.
2 blocks. That's handy there.
That's nice.
So it gets rid of 4, so that's going to take away these 4.
So I'll have 2.
And if you don't remember, the thing with crits in this game is crits can't be canceled by blocks. That's the big thing about crits. Right. So you have 2 trees.
2 on my tree. I'm going to just do a straight.
Would you like 5 damage or 4 damage?
Just straight 5 damage. Sounds
5 damage
good to
it
me.
is. Okay. No objective control difference because I still have 2 to his 1 there, so that's still mine, which means he still gets this one and that back one, which means it's going to go 2 back to his side. Boop. And we continue onward. I looked at my card with Luminara ability. I almost went Luminara because I could do a couple movements to get over with her abilities to get over to Vader.
Go over to Papa
Vader. But that
Vader.
would cost me 1 force to sprint, 2 to fully heal him, which means I'm dead at 4. So I don't want to do that yet. So we're going to go with this, which is my commandos.
Ooh.
So we're going to start with them. They're going to use one of the forces to use defensive maneuvers. That brings me down to 2 force only, which means they each get to do a lovely dash.
A dash,
which is also great. And after the dash, we'll do this in the correct order this time. They get to take a hunker token.
Sure. Before,
and then
hang on 1 second.
Okay, so that's their first action. They moved on up. They're gonna get their hunker token. In the game, it goes on the card, and the whole unit gets it. I put it out here for you guys just so you can see it. So when they're together, I do 1. If they're apart, I'll put 2 out. But just keep in mind, it's just for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And then their second action is probably going to advance because
Some sort of advance because there's a point here.
We want to get to that point. It's kind of a nice point.
Weird.
I kind of want to stay as far back as I possibly can from that point, though.
Yeah.
For obvious reasons. So we're going to come all the way back to there for that guy.
I don't think you should worry about any of those.
I mean, there's a Maul back there somewhere.
Nope.
He can move pretty far, but if we make it harder for him to get to us, that's not a bad thing. Okay, so we'll move to there with that one.
All right, so that's their second their first actual action.
And
what's
I guess
the second?
We'll probably, let's see, you got 6 on the Magnos, and they have a total of 10 health, and the B2s have 8 health. I'm going to shoot either the B2s or the Magnos. I'm going to take some range.
All right, we're going to take a look. We got an option up there of a Magna. We got an option down there of a B2.
All right, Commandos are going to shoot the Magna Guards up top. He doesn't have 100 tokens, no cover. I'm doing this because I get to add in the 5 versus strain coordinated fire, which is really nice.
And I have 5 defense for ranged.
6 dice with them. And we'll see what happens here. It's way too many expertise for these guys. So 3 plus is 2. So unfortunately, these 4 just turn to 2 crits, which at least it's crits though.
Oh, they're crits? Wow, that's
crits.
pretty good.
It's good that they're crits because it's a very low pool. So we'll end up with 4. These 2 expertise will
You're
just
guaranteeing 3.
Yeah, 3 should get through here. Pretty simple.
No problem.
You have no way to negate it, right?
Nope. So I
that would turn into 2.
Yeah, that would be 3.
No, that would turn into 3. Excuse me.
Yeah, 3 blocks there with my expertise.
But he only has 1 hit.
But I can only cancel 1 of the hits because the crits cannot be canceled.
So I got 3
defense.
here. How much health?
3 down the tree. They are at
6 of 10, so I need 4.
10, so 4 needs to go through.
1, 2, 3, 4. This is the only way to get 4 off of 3. So we're gonna go 2 damage. We're gonna pin them again and do 2 more damage. So we'll wound them and we'll pin them.
Wounded and pinned.
Commandos move up and secured this with me 1 point. He is now wounded, but he still controls it because I have nothing in the area.
Correct.
I am controlling that one and that one. That brings me up to 3. But they're gonna have strain and pin when they have to deal with that.
So you get a bonus cube for wounding me.
Bonus key for me, and I'm gonna get 3 this time. So it's gonna come 1, 2, 3. I think this is the first time it's been on the blue side.
That's the first time it's been on the blue side.
Woohoo! If you're a blue fan, welcome to the good side. Until he goes in 2 seconds.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and jump into my reserves now. Maul's got something to hit, so we will go with him. So he's gonna spend 1 force to force speed, which just lets him do a full-on advance. And then his second action is going to be an advance, getting him on up in there, and then we'll make sure. Easily within range 2, so your hunker token is going to go away. I'm also within range 2 now of the objective. And for my second action, we are going to go ahead and swing into you.
Okay, he's going with this side. Did you flip? Is this the other side?
I did flip,
So he did flip to Dark Rage, gives him 7 dice. There's his tree. My defensive melee is only 4, and I only do have 6 health, which is very low. But they have protection, so it's kind of like they got normal health for clones. Okay.
All right, so we're going to throw 7 dice in and see what we can do. We got 1 failure. Got 4 natural crits and 2 hits. Though.
That's a problem. Okay, well, we're going to roll our defense dice.
2 failures.
2 expertise is
is
2
2
blocks,
blocks.
luckily, which is enough to take away.
Yeah, so you take 2, so I get to go down the tree 4 times
I
here.
think I changed one of those from a crit to a hit, so
Yeah.
it should have probably been that. Anyways, okay, so you got 4.
All right, so it's definitely 2. Well, there's no need to jump, so we'll go 2, 4, 5 and a push. I have 4, right? Yeah, we'll do 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 2 pushes.
You do need 7 to wound them because of protection,
Yes.
so they are wounded now.
Alrighty.
I've been pushed. I am wounded off of the thing, so he's going to take that point there. So he's going to get 1, 2, 3. He's going to place a momentum cube as well on his side for wounding me.
Yep, so I get 1 cube for wounding you, and then
He just drops it off there.
we keep it there, and then 1, 2, 3 back to me.
Okay, back where was that? I looked at the next deck. It's a good one. I don't want to use it yet. I want to go to Luminara.
That Luminara ability to peek at your next card is very helpful.
It's just nice. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's not bad. I'm only down to 2 force, so all my good abilities are her first push, her heal, his mind trick, which is really good. I haven't got to show you guys because it hasn't been picked yet. I'm not gonna be able to do if I spend this, but I need to spend this to get in the fight. So we're gonna spend 1. That gives her a free dash.
Sprint, which is a free dash.
So she'll dash on up here like so.
Sure.
Getting a little bit closer to the battlefield here.
Okay.
And then her next action is going to be to just kind of
Advance
into the thick of it, as they say
right.
here in the.
Lord Maul here.
So we're going to come up like so, back pretty much where those people were before you pushed them.
Sure.
And then we're going to swing away against Maul and
Swing
show
it at
Maul
Maul.
the power of a Jedi Master. Alright, switch her form to Makashi. This is her other side. It's 6 dice with some interesting tree branching and some nice
much
defense.
more defense. Holy cow, that defense.
The
tree.
defense is nice, and look at this thing. It's
Oh
great.
my
But I
gosh.
need offense at this point, so I want to come here. Gives me 7 dice, and there's a lot of pushing on her tree.
Oh, you could push Maul right out.
There's a lot of push ability, so we're going to try that. So she's
Maul
going
defensively is going to be rolling 5.
So 5, you're rolling 5, huh? And I'm rolling a total of 7 right now.
Sure.
6, 7. I'm going to take 2 wounds to roll 9 with Vader's ability.
That seems logical.
So Vader's ability is really nice, guys. If we just to refresh everyone on Vader's ability, your hatred makes you powerful. Is when an allied character makes a range attack as part of its combat action,
A melee attack.
that attack unit may suffer 2. If it does, it adds 3 to its dice pool.
Yep.
So she's not got a lot of health, but I think this is still a good call for this moment.
That's probably pretty solid.
So now instead of 7 dice, we're going to be rolling 10 dice.
10 dice.
So yeah, 10 dice coming at you. See what we can do. We've got
Only one failure. That's
We've
pretty
got
solid.
3 expertise.
3 expertise.
On her card, 3 expertise is going to equal. It's going to equal 1
crit
crit,
and
2
2
hits. So that's a pretty good
That is a
conversion there.
very good
1
conversion
crit,
for you.
and where's that expertise? There's 1, and there's 1. So we've got a pretty decent swing going at you. You're looking at
We
2,
sure do.
4, 6, 8, 9.
9, with 3 of them being crits. I roll 5 defense dice here. I've got 2 failures, unfortunately, and then 2 for my
It's just
defense.
1 block in that form.
Is 1 block, 1 heal, and 1 jump. Oh no, that's 3.
You're looking at the wrong one. It's just a block.
Just a block.
So you're just blocking 2. So you're
I'm
taking
blocking
2 away.
2, so you get to move down your tree a lot.
So I did.
3, 6, 7. That's the whole tree.
It's more than the tree. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I probably didn't need to add extra dice, but who knows? You're gonna roll that good. So let's see. We're gonna go with. We have to start with a move and a damage, and then I think I'm going to. I don't need to push you
Reposition
tons. Reposition and damage. Yes. Then we'll do 2 damage. Then we'll push you into damage.
Okay.
And then we're gonna hit you. I don't need to jump and where I want to be. 2. We're just gonna go that full bottom tree. So
Full bottom.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Because the commandos get their coordinated fire still, even though they're wounded. So they're gonna get their coordinated fire ability. So you're
Okay.
gonna take that 9th damage from them.
That's pretty solid. And then 2 pushes.
And 2 push him twice. He's all the way over there now. He took his 9 damage, which brings him to a total
10
of 10.
of 11 for Maul.
So close, but not quite.
Yep.
Couldn't get that last one there. That's okay. We are now controlling this point. So it's going to give me 1, 2, 3, which is going to put it 1, 2, 3 back on my side.
Yep. And then just so you guys know, I didn't spend a force for Maul to use his force speed. I took a wound instead of the force. I forgot about Vader's ability to add 3 bonus dice. So I was like, Luminara is not going to do that much damage. And she did. All right, so we're going to go ahead and go to my pull here. It's going to be Django. You can see I've already been looking at what he's doing. So we're going to do our first action is just going to be a normal advance. And then for our second, we are going to go ahead and do a jump. We need to make sure we jump out of melee range, but in range to score. So we're going to jump. Not all the way. So we are just out of range 2, but within range 2 of our objective. I'm sorry, we're going to focus, which gives me a jump. So that's our action, is the focus. And then my client is getting impatient. After you make a focus, you get to jump. That's what I'm doing, not just the regular jump.
So now you're shooting.
And then we're shooting into Luminara.
Okay. So you go throw 6 with the focus, it makes it 7. My defense in this form is 5 dice.
Alright, so we do get 1 failure.
I think you've only rolled 1 failure every roll.
1 expertise is just a single crit. So we're looking at a full 6-pack there. 3 failures.
I don't think I've gotten less than 3 on defensive
Yep,
rolls.
so you blocked 2.
I'm taking 2 out because I do.
Yep, expertise turns into 1, so I get to jump down my tree 4 times. Almost the whole tree. So 2 wounds. We'll look at my free actions here in a second. Yeah, I think we'll do the... How much health does she have left?
She has a total of 7 left at the moment.
So it's
right?
3.
She has 9? Yeah.
So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Well, if you go that way, you can. Sure.
Yeah, so we'll do that. We'll wound her. So we'll do 2 damage, a damage, and a strain. And then 2 damage, I can jump if I want, and then 2 damage and a push.
Okay, Mr. Hot Dice Don downed me there. So it's 1, 2, 3 again, so he'll move 3 back.
So I did get an extra cube for knocking you out. I go...
You've one-shot every single one of my characters except for Vader.
3 back, and then I'm just looking to get paid when this character wounds an enemy primary unit or an enemy secondary unit. I get to refresh 2 force, and 1 character can heal twice. When since Maul is within range 2, I took 2 damage off of Maul, bringing him to 8 wounds.
Perfect. Okay, we got Vader. I knew that because I looked at the card the previous round. I went with Luminara. So with Vader, we're gonna go with we're gonna spend the last force, activate Vader's Fury. Each of this character may advance. The next attack he may do add 2 damage to the pull. So I'm engaged. I can't do a full advance. I have to do a dash. So I'm just gonna dash up just a tiny bit.
Just a hint. Okay.
That gives me a lovely 2 more damage to this attack pool.
Right.
I also will take 2 damage. Luminara healed me for 3 when she went down, so I'm gonna take 2 of that back to be able to roll 3 extra dice here.
Yep.
I'm also flipping the card from the defensive to the offensive. I need to down somebody.
Let's do it.
So we flip to Vader's more offensive side. Dark Rage gives me a 7 attack melee here.
All right. I only have 4 defense dice in this form.
I did do the took the 2 damage to add 3 dice to my pull, so now it's 10 dice. He's getting 2 damage from my Fury already. Right. And we got coordinated fire from the clones, adding a strain. So strain and 2 damage going through no matter what. Let's see what the rest is.
2 failures? Not bad.
1, 2, 3, 4 expertise on him is 2 crits, a hit, and a damage.
Okay, so up to 3 straight damage.
2 crits.
Before even the tree goes off.
2 crits, a hit, and this one just kind of becomes a damage.
Yep.
So looking at 3, 6, 7.
7. I roll 4 defense here. I whiff on 1. 2 is going to be 2 blocks.
So you'll take away 3.
So we're taking away 3.
So I got 4 advancing on my tree
4
here.
down the tree.
So
Grievous has 11 health. You need to do 9 damage to knock him.
9 damage because I'm doing 2 already. Is that what you're saying?
3 already.
Doing 3 already. So 2, 4. This is actually 2 because you're already strained.
Yep.
So 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. It's going to be 1 shy. I think,
1
right?
short, yeah.
All right, I go with this. So yeah, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not worth it. So yeah, I guess we'll go top. So 2, 4, 5. He's already strained, so I'll give him another one. Makes it 6, 7, 8, and a push. So
8 and a push.
I pushed him back the slice bit. I want to keep him
push.
somewhere near that, so Obi-Wan wants to run up and smack him and maybe knock something down. He can.
Sure.
I still have 1 and 2.
1, 2 back there.
That's it. It goes to the middle, unfortunately, which is not what you want to do.
Oh yeah, you're giving us both a cube here.
Because that gives him a cube. I really thought I was going to be able to take Grievous down.
I did as well.
So yeah, that's it.
Alrighty. Alright, so I'm going to go over here. I'm going to get my B2s. That's going to be the first time I ever get to use them, so that's great. We'll spend 1 of our force here to do the Relentless Advance. Each character in this unit can dash. So we're going to go ahead and dash these guys up here. Make sure they stay within range 2, so we're not going to do the full dash, just a partial. And then this guy right here, he's going to do a dash this direction here. And I just want to do a quick measure here. I'm pretty sure, yep, no problem. So for their first actual action, we're going to go ahead and take the focus action. And then we're going to shoot, the purple guys are going to shoot into Vader. These guys are going to shoot into...
Would you like the injured Luminara, the wounded Luminara, the wounded Commandos, or the wounded... This whole half of the map of mine is wounded at the moment.
Let's go ahead and shoot the wounded... we'll shoot the wounded Luminara.
And if you're wondering why Can't
Just
he
to
can't
add
do damage,
conditions.
but he can give conditions still. That's the only reason.
So going with the shot that actually matters, it's going to be a 6 dice, range 5 attack. I do get an extra dice because I focus against Vader in his 5 defense.
No failures.
No failures. We got 2 expertise, which is just 2 damage, 2 just straight up damage. So these 2 turn into just straight damage. And then you're looking at 5 with 2 crits. Ooh, 3
It's
blocks.
pretty much been every single roll so far.
And 1 defense is what 2 turns into. So
he's
4
down.
down the tree. So we will do. Let's go with the reposition then. So we'll do damage and a push, 2 damage, a damage and a reposition, and then 2 damage and a pin. So
Okay,
Vader
cool.
will leave
Now shoot Luminara.
pinned, and then we'll shoot Luminara. So we have the same 7 dice into Luminara. Now we got 2 failures there. 2 turns into 2 straight damage on her. So 2 hits and 1 crit go through on her. She is going to
She'll just block the hits.
Yeah, block both hits. So 1 crit, which is just a damage and a push on her. Oh, so 3 damage total and a push.
Okay, she can't take damage, so
Oh, she's
already wounded, so the damage does absolutely nothing.
Right.
She can push her if she wants to. That's about it. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4. Because his characters don't die. Only mine do in this game so
Only
far.
yours, yep.
Yep.
So I did add an extra cube there, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 puts me on winning the struggle here. So we will reset and see what happens.
Yeah, I went with the bottom one, so these 3 are active. I rolled this, so the bottom one closest to me, luckily, is the one that's going to be...
The priority token went over there.
And we know it's Obi because that's the only one I have
the
left.
last.
He's got run, which lets him get a heal or a reposition, so he's going to do a full advance.
Sounds good.
He needs to get up in this battle at this point.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
So he'll move up, because at this point, there's no force in the ability to do anything kind of cute or tricky or anything like that. Let's turn this a little bit more. Okay.
Sure. Do a quick measure to see if you're in Grievous range.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll take a focus for the first action,
Focus.
Because, you know what? I don't even know if I need focus. I don't even need to do damage to you, because with the coordinated fire, you're going down.
Yeah, he's
So
killing
I'm
Grievous
just
no
going
matter
to,
what.
well, what else am I do? There's no point in hunkering because we're in melee.
It's true.
If I swing against you, then I can get a hunker token. Because you would be wounded.
Until
My first action is to swing against you.
sounds good.
And then I will do something after that.
Let's take a gander.
Okay, so it's 6 dice attack. Like I said, though, with my coordinated fire strain, and since he already has a strain, the damage is going to be there no matter what I
Grievous
roll.
is going down no matter what happens.
So
He is going to
that's
roll 4
something.
defense dice though, so that's going to
So
be
6
safe.
melee with Obi. Still roll my usual 2 failures. Figure expertise on this one is a crit and a hit.
Okay.
So a whopping 3 getting through. Luckily,
Getting
luckily I got
through.
damage.
Let's see what Grievous blocks here. He's going to fail twice, and he's going to block just the 1 hit that he can block because the other block.
So going down my
Cancel.
tree, I got to heal the damage. There's nothing to heal because everything he shot has just died.
You have the jump option.
I could take off an ability maybe, and then I could either jump, which I may see if he can reach anything. It's either a jump or a push. I'll let you know. So Obi took out Grievous and then jumped up here. Positioned him as much as I could so that way nothing else could fit up here. I took a hunker for my last action because now I'm up here. I can't be engaged at a different level.
That's true.
Which is nice. So I'm going to control this one. And this one, this is the double point. So I'm going to get 3 to start.
3 is a solid
and the momentum
start.
cube. So 1, 2, 3, and the momentum cube for this.
Knocking out Grievous.
I also think I do something with Luminara, I believe. Maybe not. Maybe it's when an enemy character wounds an ally. So no, we're good. Okay.
Alrighty.
It was his first activation. It's now his
It's
last
my
activation of
last
the deck.
activation. It's Kalani. We got some droids within
He's
range
back there.
4, so we're going to go over here with these B2s. They are going to B2 dash.
And one of the weird rules, you see how he's going across
Over
that.
the-
You can,
yep.
even if it was, can I see that real quick? I want to see if it fits. Let's pretend this was a little closer and it fit. You could go over nothing
Correct.
if you land completely on it. So that was a little far, but it was a little closer.
So I'm going to make them dash. The B2s here are already in range, so they don't need to dash. That guy is too far out of range. This guy, it would dash, but they are pinned, but the pin will go away because they can't dash.
Yep.
And then Kalani is going to go ahead and make a move or advance this direction here. Get as close to the action as we can get.
And you would think with Vader down there, you'd be like in good shape because Vader downs everything. Vader's not down to one thing yet.
Vader's wounded, right?
He is wounded. Everybody's wounded except for Obi and the 501st.
Yeah, so that's fine. I'm not within range there to score, but
You are on different levels.
yeah,
anyways.
I know. I'm just trying to decide. I'm not gonna get in melee range of Vader because once he activates, I don't want to be easily killed that way. So that's our first action. Let's go ahead and...
Oh, and the double one this round you rolled was this one that Obi has.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're going to shoot Obi with our second action.
Okay.
And then we might do some other things.
As a reminder, he throws 7 dice in attack.
I do have my allied droid next to me, so I roll 8 dice, actually, for this attack.
I have a hunger token, and I'm on a different elevation, so I get defense. So that means I'll have cover 2, which gives my defense up to 7.
It's pretty solid. Ooh.
Ooh, I like that. That's your first battle of the
3
game.
failures, 2 is going to be a crit and 2 hits. So 1 crit, 1 hit.
It's like you only had 2 failures.
Right, and 1 hit. So we're looking at a total of 6 with 1 crit.
Okay, I've got 7 dice. I'm doing decent here. 2 failures is probably
failures,
3. 3 is maybe 3 blocks.
3 expertise, yep.
So I think I block everything but your crit almost.
I think you're right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, just your crit gets through.
So just the crit, so that's going to be 2 damage.
Just 2 damage, okay.
That's it.
I mean, I'll take that compared to what we've been dealing with.
And then we're going to spend a force to do a 5 dice attack with RB2 onto Obi as well.
Okay.
Because we can.
Okay. What's this name of this again?
This ability is target, concentrate all firepower. So, oh no, this is tactical network. Choose another allied battle droid within 4. That character can either dash and gain a hunker or make a 5 dash attack.
So his attack is 6 here, but it's a 5 dice attack. He will still use his trees. So I'll let him roll it up.
Okay. So I get 6 dice because of the target ability.
Oh, he benefits from that too?
I think so. It just says when they make an attack. So 2 failures.
So expertise is 2 damage.
2 is 2 just straight damage.
Yep, so there's no way for me to cancel crit. So odds are I'm blocking 1. I'm blocking
So yeah,
one.
you block the 1, so you're getting another damage and a push, which is great because I get to push you off.
He pushed me down. Luckily, the 501st are still there and not wounded.
Yep.
Obi is up to 5 already, so that's unfortunate. But I'll still have that and that, which means he has nothing for the moment, so no score for him.
But I do get a momentum cube because the cube ends up here. I should have moved him back. I didn't.
Ends
think
up on
about
my
it.
side still, so he gets momentum cube. You started explaining it, and then you kind of just stopped. Because he was saying he should have probably maybe moved back to get that point, but he forgot. He's got bloodlust now because he's killed everything, so now Don's just going to go bloodlust. Which is usually when I can start pulling the game out when he does this, so we'll see. Go to my stack.
He shuffled. He got all his force back.
I got Vader, all my forces back. I'm going to roll a defense dice to see which one's active now. It's going to be the far back one.
I really needed to claim that point.
Which is very interesting now. It makes me really want to think of something else to do here versus what I was officially thinking. So I think what we're going to do is I'm going to, because I am currently not engaged because you're wounded and no one else is engaged with me, correct?
As long as you're out of range 2 of the B2s, which I believe you are, then yes.
I'm going to take a second, but I think I'm going to spend 2 force. I'm wounded. When you're wounded, oh no, that's not a, yeah, that will cost 2 now, Vader's Fury. To if I want to do a full advance and such. So let me look at the board and I'm going to figure out where I want to move to.
Sure.
Okay, I moved off camera because it's hard to get in here, but he used Vader's Fury 2 force to fully advance. He was an engaged colony. He then dashed to get to here.
Yep.
For his first actual action, which gets him contesting this now.
Yep.
And then I'm going to flip my card to this side right here. Oops, sorry. This side right here, which has a thrown lightsaber. And I'm going to throw it into Maul, who has 3 health. And since I use Vader's Fury, I get 2 damage automatically. So I just need 1 success.
Just 1 success.
Okay, so this is 7 dice for my range attack. We're throwing this lightsaber right here. There's our tree and everything.
Maul's got 5 defense range right now.
We've got 2 failures.
You got 1 crit, so it doesn't matter what I roll here.
And then 2 expertise on his stone lightsaber is not as good as his lightsaber. It becomes only 1 versus 2 if I do this swing. So you're looking at 4 getting through right now.
Okay. So we get 1 failure. 2 for Maul's defense is going to just be 1 block.
So you're going to block everything but the crit anyways.
Yep, everything but the crit gets
blocked.
blocked.
And the crit's going to be 2 damage and a push.
2 and
so I'm doing 4 damage and a push, which does wound you.
Okay. All right, so we get pushed over under the bridge there. He does then gain control over this, which is 2 points.
Luminar's ability does kick in as well. It says when an enemy character is wounded, after the effect's resolved, a character in another allied unit may heal 3. So Obi was the only one up that I took 3 down to 2. So I'm putting on
so you should have 2 wounds left.
So that, because everyone else is wounded. So I healed him 2.
Yep.
since I took a character down, I'm going to get one. And I have all 3 points and one's a double. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 away.
1 away. That's not good for me. I think I lost this activation just because I was crazy with Kalani.
Back to Don.
Back to me. I am going to go ahead and
It's the
draw. It's the Magnus. It's an okay draw here.
1 here and 1 down here.
Yep.
They healed up and removed the wound token and became an injury token.
And removed the... They also had the strain from the...
Coordinated fire that keeps getting rained on.
So the first we're going to do is a move. So we're going to do a jump with this Magna Guard.
A climb, you mean?
A climb, not a jump. You're correct. We're just going to do a dash here with this guy and then end up down here.
Okay.
And then we will end up within range of the ladder. And then we will we'll poke Vader for fun with him. And that will be that.
Okay, so you're hitting just Vader right now?
Just Vader. I can't melee.
From above?
Sure. Yeah.
Magnus have 6 melee. There's their tree. I'm in my defensive form luckily, so I get 6 back. So it's 6 on 6. We do have, two failures. That's good.
And then 1 success is 1 crit for these guys. So
I need at
3
least
hits and a crit. You're going to block a lot.
Oh, jeez. What's a 4
3
plus
blocks.
is
So it's all... So just my crit goes
3
through.
blocks. So yeah, it's just your crit, which was going to go through no matter what anyways. So that's going to be what? A damage and a push?
Damage and a push.
Damage and a push. Okay, I still own that one. He did push me just a tiny bit that way and moved up with the push. He owns this one because he's at a different elevation, so he will get hit 1 point, which keeps it on my side, but gives him a momentum cube.
Yeah, it's not going to help much here because you only need to score, what, 1, 2 points?
I need yeah, I guess I do need just 2, don't I?
Yeah.
Look at my stack. Mr. Obi-Wan Kenobi, his run will kick in, which is a unit that's engaged or him. He doesn't have to be engaged, so I think I'm going to go with him. May do a free reposition and heal, so I'm going to heal 1 of my damages off.
It's nice.
I'm going to reposition in a way that's just barely enough to get him into range of these B2s, so we're going to move up a little bit here. There we go.
Okay.
Just enough, maybe just a tiny bit more. We're already engaged group, doesn't matter.
Sure.
Move to there. That's free. That's just my tactical ability. I don't want to spend any force if I don't have to. Really, Mind Trick's the only thing he can spend force with at the moment. We're going to take a focus for our first action, because we can't hunker engaged anyways. We're not primary Obi, we're secondary Obi. And then we're going to swing away against the B2s and see what happens.
Sounds great.
Okay, he's got a base of 6, but I'm focused, so I get 7. There's my attack trees and such.
Yep. B2's in melee, only rolling 3 defense.
See what we get. 1 failure. Way too many expertise for him. That's going to be 4.
Expertise.
It's going to be 2 crits and a hit. It's not terrible.
It's not horrible.
No, it's not. That's actually not too bad for a secondary. 2 crits and 1 hit, which means 1 of these will drop off.
3 crits and 2 hits.
3 crits, 2 hits.
Just
and you're getting a strain from the coordinated fire from the 5 of course.
Strain away. So we do block 2, which is the only thing I can block. So I take 3 crits. I do have protection on them, so the first damage is going to be canceled.
Yeah, so my first damage and heal, the damage won't do anything. It takes away the protection, but it does heal me up completely.
Yep.
So it tells me I don't need to heal again. I have an awesome jump string, but I can't get up there with where his Magna Guards are. I don't think I could fit the way you position them.
No, I'm pretty sure.
So I think all we're going to do is we're going to, we'll push you away.
Okay.
And then we're going to go down this tree. Because I want to reposition. So we'll push 1, and then we'll reposition and do 2 more damage. So 4 damage and a strain will be
4 damage and a strain. And
that was double point if we didn't say that. So I'm going to get 1, 2, 3. I only need 2.
You only need 2.
So I'm going to take 2. I did reposition myself after I pushed him. I repositioned there to keep these 2 engaged with me. Because I don't know where the points are going to be in a second when we go to struggle number 3.
We'll go there. So I'm going to go ahead and go here. I got the B2s. The B2s aren't actually going to help me get any extra points right now. So I'm going to go ahead and spend 1 force to put them into my reserves. Put that over there. We're going to actually go with Lord Maul himself.
He's under there.
So he...
Vader spanked him.
Yep, he was wounded, so he will flip that over. He will recover all his health. He's going to spend 2 force for 4 speed to start with.
Because it goes up once you get the injury token.
Once you get that first injured token.
Your active and
reactive
abilities cost an extra force.
So we're going to go right up to here for that first.
Unfortunately, Luminara and her commandos are still just wounded. They've been wounded since the very beginning.
And then...
he's trying to see if he can get within range of this ladder. I think he can, actually.
I was going to say, that looks like it's going to be pretty easily. Right there, yep. And so we'll pop up the ladder to there.
Gives him the point. No attacking from Maul, but it gives him the point.
It gives me the point, and I made the mistake last time of not playing for points. We'll take a hunker for our second ability, we're just going to kind of try to make sure we take up as much real estate up there as we can with one figure, and that'll be Maul.
Okay. So he's obviously scoring this one. It's worth 1. That one's worth 2. And
Yep.
he's got that one over there too. So he's going to get the full Monty right off the bat, which is unfortunate for me.
So 4 for me.
4.
1, 2, 3, and 4.
Okay. Go to my stack. Oh, it's Luminara. She's going to heal everything off.
Sure.
She's going to remove the 1 strain token she has and turn her wounded to an injury.
Yep.
She is going to now measure. I think she can do it and easily do it in 1 move without spending force. Do her 2-cost sprint, which she does not want to do at the moment. So she'll just come here with an advance.
2 force to sprint?
No, not using the 2 force.
Oh, okay.
Just
a standard move.
I don't want to spend 2
advance.
force for
Okay.
that. She'll come up to here.
Sure.
We have to be within range 1 of this ladder. So we'll come to about here, facing Maul. Keeps me well within there. I want to be angling this way so I can push him.
Yep.
So we'll go like that so I can see him.
Alrighty.
And then we'll swing.
My hunker goes away.
She's currently in her attack form. I'm actually going to switch her guys to her defense form for 2 reasons. 1, gives her more defense to play with and has a much better defense tree, as you can see there.
It is a very good defense tree.
Also, there's still pushes and lots of heals on this tree. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take 2 wounds, hopefully I get some heals, to add 3 to that. So this is going to be 9 dice attack
9
instead of
dice.
his ability.
Maul is still in his dark rage, so he's got a 5 defense dice.
This is 9 attack dice coming in at him. We're hoping to get 3 successes through. Yeah. 1 failure.
1 failure out of 8. Out of 9
2,
dice.
3, 4 on this one's going to be a crit and 2 hits. So I
Crit
will
and
lose a
2
dice
hits?
to that, but that's still not too bad.
Nope, not bad. So you're looking at 3
And
crits
2 hits.
and 4 hits.
So I should. You don't have any way to stop crits, right?
Nope, mine.
I will get my 3 to get your push. So that's perfect.
Good. So I get 1 block, and I get 3, which is a block, a heal, and a jump. So this turns into a block, and then I heal 1, and I get a jump.
Okay.
And then what are you doing down your tree here?
I'm going to do
So we got rid of 2, so you're moving 5?
5. Definitely start with the damage, right? Mm-hmm. Seems pretty easy. We're going to pin you to stop that jump from happening.
Okay.
So damage, pin, push. That's 3 now. I have 5.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole thing. Boom, 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 boom. I don't need all that heal.
Yep.
I just needed 1, but I need 2, I guess. But that's still good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage, a pin, a push, and some heal.
Okay.
I pinned him,
now.
and I
It's pushed.
healed it, but he went to jump, which takes off the pin.
Right.
So this point becomes mine. So I'm going to get 1 here. He had the double point, unfortunately, was over on this far one over here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll move this one over here.
Double point was over here.
I'll move this back 1, which means
Get
it's still
some
definitely on his
momentum
side.
cube
So
there.
I'm going to get a momentum cube, and it goes back to him.
Alrighty. Alright, so I could go with the B2s, and I don't want to use them yet. They can't affect. I did roll, and the
It's the
side point is mine, which I already have. So we're going to go ahead and go with Grievous. His onward ability is going to kick in. I'm going to choose the unit of B2s here. We're going to have them dash this direction. And that will be their free onward dash. And then for my own activation, I think all I'm going to do is I'm going to take a focus, and I'm going to try to cut that clone trooper in half.
Shouldn't be too hard. Okay, so with 8.
9 with the focus.
I get only 4 back, so it's going to be ouch.
Could be some ouch time for some clones. We
Only
have
2 failures, yes.
1, 2 failures.
4
4
is 2
is
crits
2
and-
crits and 2 damage. So a crit, a crit. These 2 each
So I
for
can only
damage.
cancel 2 max. Okay. I will cancel 2 because I believe they're...
Yep, 1 is
just
1.
1, so I will cancel the 2
3
hits.
down the tree.
Which is the most I can cancel, so that's something. Hey.
Pushing you doesn't do anything for me, so we're just going to go with 2, 5, 6, 7 damage straight.
They have 7 normally, so you didn't even need the 2 extra damage from your stuff, so that's fine. He's going to get this point, which is worth 2, so that's 2. And then he'll get this point up there, so that's 3. He did wound me, so he got 1 there, so 1, 2, 3. Unfortunately, he is already 3 away from winning, and I'm in a little bit of trouble. Go my stack. Well, 5 forces cut down. We're going to spend a force to put them in reserve.
Okie dokie.
We're going to go to the next. Oh, look, the commandos. We haven't seen them alive in a while, so they're going to clear all their damage. Gain an injury
Coming
token.
on back up.
It's been a hot minute since we've seen them,
Sure, sure.
but hopefully they can impact the game here. I rolled the dice.
Yeah, the
that
dice,
one is
this
double.
is the...
So we're going to have to spend 2 force here, which is a lot of force to spend
Oof.
for them. So that gives me my defensive movers, which is going to be key here to be able to get into the position I need to get into. So they get to move. They get to do a free dash.
Alright, so
They're
they're
dashed about there.
dashing and hunkering, right?
Yeah, they'll get a hunker token as well, because that's part of the part of the keyword on the card.
Yeah.
Just go to here. Okay. They'll get their hunker token. Technically, he would lose it instantly because he's engaged. So maybe we just come slightly not that way. We'll just. Oh, I kind of need to. It's fine. You can't climb in melee though, right?
You cannot climb in melee.
No, I don't want to do that. So let's dash a little bit less. Let's dash to right there. So we're not engaged.
Sounds good.
There, not engaged clearly. Okay, the second action is going to be an advance.
Sure. Okay.
Or the first action. The other one was free. Advance here.
Okay.
Which gets me up here.
You can climb for sure. Yeah.
There's no way of not getting engaged with you, unfortunately.
No, not up
I
there.
don't think so, even if I come over here, right?
Nope, that's well within 2.
So we'll just kind of cut real close and then cuddly.
Sure.
This guy then. Let's see if we can advance. Yep, so we'll advance up top.
Okay.
With his, because he had the advance as well. Obviously, they lose the hunker token they just gained because he's in melee. They both will then attack the B2s.
Okay.
Because it only has 4 health left.
They only have 4 health left. That is correct.
We'll see if we can double do it. Hopefully, it takes something out here.
More than likely.
We're going to do the ranged attack first one. It's going to be 6 dice coming in at your B2 who has protection.
Sure.
We'll do that one first because it will matter what the second one wants to do. We're going to get 1 miss there. 2 expertise on them is going to be 1 crit.
1 crit. Okay.
So we're going to have 2 crits and 2 successes getting through. You're going to roll a total of 4.
4 defense dice in range for the B2s.
You will block the 2 you can.
Block 2 that we can, and the other 2 I would just 1 block. But
we're going to do 2 damage in a pin, which becomes 1 damage in a pin.
1 damage in a pin. Okay.
Okay. And then we are going to have to take 2 damage on them for Vader's ability. So instead of rolling 5 in melee, they're going to be rolling 8 in melee. These are some feisty commandos.
Sure.
And we're going to see how this looks. 4 failures.
Ooh, 4 failures. Nice.
And immediately that becomes a hit. So you're looking at a total of 4 successes here. But you roll, what, 1 less dice in melee, right?
Yeah, 3 defense in melee.
2 failures should be nice. Thank you.
2 failures, so I only block 1.
You block 1, which means 3, which means this first one will be 1 damage.
Right.
This will be 2 damage because you're already pinned. And that damage.
3, 4, just enough.
Okay, so I have that point now. It's double. That's
Sure.
worth 2. I have this point. It's worth 1. That's 3. I get a momentum cube for downing the B2s.
Yep.
I get to go up 1, 2, 3. I believe when once per turn, when a unit becomes wounded after the effect is resolved, 1 allied character may heal 3. So the only one that has damage is
the commandos.
No, excuse me. You can dash. The heal is if you wound me.
Oh yes.
If I wound an enemy unit, yeah. So I get to dash if I want to. Anybody. Who do I want to dash with?
All right. Well, we'll put the 1 extra momentum cube on there that you're not talking about yet.
I just did. What's the one for?
Because it ended on your side, on my side.
Oh yes, thank you.
Yep. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and go with my reserved B2s, which is a good time for them. They're going to get their wound token pops up. They remove their strained, and then
They should still have a pin then if you're picking this train.
Oh yeah, I forgot they have the pin.
I gave it to him twice and the damage. That's how I took it. You want pinned or strained?
We're going to keep the strain and take off the pin because I do need move.
You do anything, you'll take 3 damage and then remove the strain.
Yep. That's totally all right.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see here. Let me do a quick measure real quick. All right, so we're going to spend 2 force now to relentlessly advance. That does give me the 3 damage
From his strain,
from
and that
the
comes
strain,
off.
which pulls the strain off. These guys don't need to move, but these guys, we're going to go ahead and do a dash with to get away from being engaged with Varys. Second.
She's wounded, but yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that. Secondly, we're going to do a move to climb up here, and then we will melee in both of our meleeings.
Okay. Okay, his melee is 5. My defense of the commandos is 4. Let's see what he gets.
2 failures.
1 success and melee is 1 hit.
Is 1 hit.
Let's see. I have not shaken off 1 hit fully yet, so I'd be curious if this is the time. Come on, commandos. They do. They actually roll 4 successes in defense, so you do nothing.
Yeah.
It's the first time all game. I'll take it.
All right, we'll do 1 more attack here.
Against Luminara.
Yep.
It's a little bit bigger of a dice. Well, she gets 6 defense and melee and lots of
she's
stuff.
going to be able to cancel the whole roll here. Another failure. 3 in melee. It's just one crit.
I can affect crits
Yes,
with
you
it too.
do have the ability to affect crits.
So that's something. So 6 dice in melee. Oof. It's 1 and an expertise, which turns into a block, and it lets me change a crit to a hit. So
which is good.
It'll become just 1.
Yep. So, but I get a push and a damage off of that one.
Push and a damage off that one. Okay. Okay, he gets the 2 from there for the double because that's all he's rolled so far, and I can't roll defense dice, so he gets another one there.
Yep. So over here I go. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, we need to push it back our way again. Pretty heavy. Okay, going to my card. We've got Shatterpoint.
Shatterpoint.
I think at this point we have to go Miss Luminara.
He did roll. The roll went over there.
So Luminara's just going to do
that point.
A dash up here.
A jump. Climb. Climb.
A climb. Using the dashing tool.
Yes.
So we're going to climb to about there.
Sure.
Nice and close to you. For my first action, I don't really want to use any force, so I only have 2 left here. And then we just swing away.
Swinging away.
I will take 2 wounds, though, to add more dice from Vader.
Sure.
We're going to stay on this side. It's a 6 dice attack, but
sure.
Vader said, you know what, take a couple damage.
3 melee defense dice,
Throw
but I do have protection.
Dice. It's going to give me 9.
9 dice swing here. Only 2 failures.
That's good, but we have a lot of expertise. 4 expertise. Is going to be 1 crit, 2 hits.
1 crit, 2 hits.
So I do lose 1, unfortunately, but that's 3 crits already on there, so that seems pretty good. And you're only rolling 3 dice, so...
So we will block all 3 of the hits. 3 crits go through.
So that went down him, believe it or not, with his perfect roll again. That's just going to... I will be able to push him off, though. I'll do a damage.
Which gets negated by protection.
2 damage and a pin.
2 damage and a pin.
And 2 damage and a push.
And 2 damage and a push.
Oh, yeah, Luminar didn't kill him because he just keeps rolling great. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3.
3 on you.
It does end here, so I get 1. That's something, but I can't really pull it back very well.
Alrighty. Alright, going to my cards here. It's going to be the Shatterpoint. I did roll, and this is going to be the double point again. So we're going to go ahead and go with Django, because he's going to be the best one here to do something about the point. We are going to go ahead and take a focus action, which gives me a free jump. So we will end up right about there, just a little further back, which puts me in melee with both of these guys. So we will go ahead and melee the Republic Commandos and see what happens. All right, so I usually throw 6 dice in melee. I did focus, so I throw 7.
I roll 4.
And I do have protection. All right, so we got 1, 2 failures, 1...
just a damage.
It's just a straight damage.
So that will negate the protection, essentially.
Yep, and then you have 3 and a crit.
Why did that become a crit? You just said it's a damage.
Didn't I have a crit?
Oh, yeah, no, hang on. Let's look
Yeah,
at I'm just trying to cheat against himself a little bit, flipping his own dice over. Oh, look, 2 failures, as usual.
All right, so 1 will turn into 1, so you block 2
blocking
hits.
2.
So 2 on my tree, so that's 3 damage and a...
They're still alive, hooray!
Yep.
And a strain.
Yep.
He's gonna get 2 there, I'll in 2 and 1 there, so he's gonna get 3.
Yep, so it goes 1, 2, 3 to me.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna go with 5-0 first here.
Okay.
5-0 first have some work to do, so they're gonna clear their damage here. And the issue, guys, and one of the things I was talking with Don off camera is this platform here, putting an objective token on that is really not a fun experience for anybody, because I have 2 units in the whole game, my whole team, that can do anything to him up there.
Yeah, he doesn't have...
With
all his melee people...
Baris, Obi, and even the commandos don't have a push.
Right.
I can't get him off that.
Because there's not room up there for a second base. A small base can't fit up there with the way I position that Magna Guard.
So really, it's them who don't have a good tree to get through that, or it's Vader who had to go that way. So other than that, I have no other way to take him off that at the moment. So it's just unfortunate to have something that small with an objective token, because you can't do much with it, whereas his force has plenty of range attacks with push.
Right.
So we're going to try something here. We're going to... The first action is going to be to do a move action. So this guy will do a full advance.
Okay.
For his first action.
Okay.
We're going to cut this a little closer here so we can stay somewhat close to that. And this guy's engaged, so he cannot do a full advance, but he can totally do a dash out of engagement. That's their first action. Okay. And their second action is going to be to shoot up in there, both of them, and see if they can hopefully get up 1 push through to get them off there.
Let's try and see.
Okay, 5-0 first. This is all we're really looking for, because they don't have enough damage on this tree to really wound them. But so that's going to be 3 away. We roll 7 dice. He rolls
7.
5.
I got 5.
rolling 3 failures on your intro row is a good way to start, and only 2 extra cheese just turns into 1 hit. This is why the 501st aren't regarded as a really great unit in this game.
Yep. 5 defense. I have 3 failures, and 2 is
Still
2
2.
blocks. So I still block.
So I'm going to
all
whoppingly
that.
pin you and do nothing. So that was.
All right,
that was
we
worth
are
it.
pinned.
7 more dice going in. For another 4 failures this time.
4 failures. Woof. We have 2 failures and then 3 blocks, so we just take another pin, which turns into a wound. So we got wounded and pinned, but no pushing, unfortunately. We moved to 2. He gets a momentum cue for it still being on my side, and then it goes back to me. All right, I'm going to go over here. I get Mr. Kalani himself. He's going to use his ability to make all my support droids dash to just remove the Magna pin, because those are the only characters within range to do so. So his first action is going to be a dash because he's engaged with Obi-Wan here. So we'll dash to the ladder. We're going to go ahead and move up and end up right over here. And then we are going to go ahead and shoot into Varus.
7, he gets an 8 because there's a B2 next to me apparently, and I get 6 back.
Alrighty. We got 1 failure and 1 is a crit. So 3 crits, 4 hits.
2 gets me 2 blocks, a crit to a hit, and a hit to a failure.
Ooh, and a hit to a failure?
Yes.
Wow.
And then I get to change these to 2 blocks as well. She's got a good defense pool. So I'm stopping everything but those 2 crits now.
Yep.
That was huge.
Yes.
I needed that money roll, guys.
So 2 crits.
There's
then,
her thing. She's 2 blocks, a crit to a hit, and a hit to a failure.
Yeah, 2 crits is then 3 damage and a push.
3 damage and a push. He got 3 because he controls the one that he's rolled off almost every time. That's the double over there, and he controls one in the back right now, so that's going to give him 3, putting him 2 away from winning at the moment. Okay, lastly we got Varus. Unfortunately, Varus does have a force push that could technically push that Magna Guard down, but it costs 3 force since she has an injured token. I don't have 3 force, so
Yep.
that was the only other way to do it. So we're going to have to go to plan B, which is a far-fetched plan, but we're sure going to try it.
Sure.
So she'll do it in, it doesn't matter which order I do. So let's say advance first.
So doing the advance.
Put you there, definitely within 1 of the ladder.
Alrighty.
So I'm going to come up within 1 of the ladder. So we'll go as far as we possibly can from the ladder. So
Sure.
About there.
Okay.
Not hanging off. Then 1 force is a force speed, which is a full advance, which costs 2 now, which is the last 2 force I have, which is fine. She's the last activation for this
Force cycle.
Since I can definitely get over this without pulling, she will come fully into that as much as she can inwards.
Yep.
And she will attack Jango. She has a jump on her card, including some other shenanigans she could try to do, but that's what she's looking for. Varus is 6. I'm taking the 2 wounds on her from Vader to bring her up to 9 because I really need to get to that 4th tree spot.
Yep.
That's what we're trying for. Come on, no failures, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Stop!
That's not
3 failures.
best.
There's the 3 dice that Vader gave me, so I guess it's not terrible. 1
turns
is
into
a
1 crit.
which is somewhat helpful, but we need you to not roll money.
All right, Django rolls 5 defense dice here.
That's what we needed.
3 blocks, and then 1 for Beskar armor is 2 blocks.
It's 2.
Yep. So we take away these 3, so you are rolling 3 down your tree, which is just shy.
Yeah, I know that. Thank
The
you.
Beskar.
Thank you for saying that.
The Beskar for the win. Joe
Oh,
might...
no, we can still reposition. I didn't need the jump.
Oh,
We're still good. We're still good, guys.
So mean.
Reposition, a push, and an expose, I think is what we're going to do.
Reposition, push, and expose. All right, so he repositioned himself here. He pushed Django down there. He claimed this spot for himself. He's got the 2 points for that, so he gets 3.
Trying to stay in it a little bit here.
And then he gets a cube for it still being on my side over
I'm
there.
almost full cubed over here.
Almost. All right, so we're going to go ahead and go with my last one, which is going to be Django again. He is going to spend the last force we have to use capture wire. So he is going to pull her down here, which pops her right there. He is going to go ahead and you take a focus for his action, which gives him a free jump. So he's going to hop right back up here. And then we're going to take a shot into somebody. I'm going to try to see who's the best. They're down. So
They have 1 health.
they have 1 health. So we're going to shoot the Republic Commandos.
Okay.
All right, so I did focus. So my 6 dice melee becomes 7 into the Republic Commandos. And then we have 2 failures, 2 Expertise in melee is a hit and a damage.
My commandos roll 4.
Two for expertise on their defense.
Commandos, it's going to be 1. So I'll take away 2, so they're down. You get to go 2 down your tree, which is going to be 2 damage, a strain, and a damage. In my stack, it's commandos. They already have an injury token and a wound token, so if they go, they might be able to do a little damage before they die. I don't want to do that right now, so I'm spending a force to put that in reserve.
Okay.
Then I'm
You did get the force back.
The only other one I didn't want.
That is unfortunate. We're going to the 501st.
So we're just going to focus
and shoot.
We gotta try.
You gotta try, yeah.
I don't know what else to do, so we'll focus and shoot.
Alright, you love it.
This time because
they're taking some wounds to do. Oh no, they can't do that yet.
Focus. They're not melee.
Just focus.
Oh, wait.
Just one failure.
Well, unfortunately, 3 is still just 1 hit on them, so it's just like more failures. Pretty much. Yeah, it's bad. Yeah. So it's 5 still at least.
Alrighty, 5. I have 5 defense dice on my Magna Guard. We're gonna roll 1 failure, and then 3 is 2 blocks. So
you'll cancel
block,
3.
block. These go away.
I'm still getting 2 this time.
2.
So pin you. Are you already pinned still?
I believe they are still pinned.
And then 2.
Oh no, the pin went off. So 1 pin and 2 damage.
Okay, then the next one's gonna be the same exact attack.
Sure.
Come on, give me 1 good attacker at these guys. Come on. Nope, not gonna do good because it's 4 this time, which 4 turns into just a crit.
1. Oh, just 1 crit. Okay.
Just 1 whole crit. It's actually less successes this time. It's only 4.
So we fail 1. We get
just a pin and a damage.
1 box. So another. So a pin, which is now going to be a damage. So just a damage, right?
It's just a pin. Yeah.
All right, so he goes over there. He scores 2.
I'm calling it.
Yep. He brings it up 2. 1, 2.
I would highly advise people not to do this on their boards. It just kind of kills the whole game. He's been up here since round 2 uninvolved. Nothing can do anything to him. So.
Yep. So
unless you both bring like really good shooty list, maybe then it doesn't matter as much. I still don't think you should. It's not fair that someone can just block it like that.
It is very difficult to do something like that. Yeah, I think I maybe could have won this in Struggle 2 had I not charged a Kalani in and gone to the point and made it a battle over here. But this is the first game of Shatterpoint that I have ever won.
It's true.
So this is fun for me. Sorry it wasn't as fun for you, buddy.
It's okay. It's just a combination of that point and then the failures results were wild.
I did have some super hot dice, which felt nice.
And I did not match those.
Yeah, it's very rare for me to have hot dice.
I rolled 14 dice and 2 attacks at one point and rolled 7 failures between them. So
that's pretty solid.
Pretty good.
It's pretty solid.
I don't know how Obi-Wan is. I'm not going to make any rule on him. I didn't do any of his stuff really at all besides the run. Didn't get to get Mind Trick off because he never was there. The Commandos got... I mean, you one-shot 4 units in the very first struggle.
I did a lot of one-shot.
Like, literally one-shot the Commandos, Baris, Luminara... Vader took you 2 technically, and then the next struggle you one-shotted them.
That's true.
So that didn't help anything. So I couldn't use any kinetic fires after that because it would cost me force. I didn't have force. So I mean, just the fact that when I was rolling 4 or 5 defense dice, it was 2 or 3 failures every time early in the game, and he was rolling high. It just killed me.
Yep, that was rough. This was, the droids with Kalani is kind of it's the top dog right now because this is such a big movement-based game that. Giving everybody movement. Like, everybody else is limited to 1 character in said unit.
I don't know why Django, though. I think you should go Kraken.
I probably could have gone Kraken. Django just had a little bit of speed, a little bit of jump, because this list had no jump in it. So I wanted to have somebody who can run around and grab points, and then that interrupt attack was great. I didn't use it at all this round. I could have used it once, but that was it. It's all kind of about when you pull it. Grievous is a lot of fun. He feels very deadly. It's like the best sculpted Grievous we've ever seen in any of the games so far.
For sure.
So he's super great.
Luminara is fun. I didn't use a lot of her abilities per se. I used a lot of her free ones. Flow of the Force, looking at your cards, getting free heals or movements when enemies or you go down was big. The Precise Strike just never came up because once again her commandos were down the whole game, so they could not just get that off.
I do like the pairing with Vader and her, especially even with Baris, because Baris and Luminara's attacks are supposed to be a little weaker. But when Vader throws 3 extra dice to you for a couple wounds that you're going to heal for free...
Usually you can heal, but there was 2 attacks.
When I one-shotted Baris, that hurt. And then...
And you one-shotted Luminara, too.
One-shotted Luminara, that hurt.
When you throw 9 attack dice with Luminara and you only need 3 to heal and you don't get it...
It's pretty rough.
2 times?
It's pretty rough.
It hurts. Usually what you can do with her is you can take the damage, attack, heal it off in the same attack. And successes. So that was rough. The commandos are fun. Even with protection, though, that the health is just very low. 6 is very low.
6 is low.
When you look across the way and there's an 8 health.
We got 10 and 8 over here.
There's 8 with protection over there.
I don't know if I'd take the B1s or the B2s over the B1s. The saturation fire never kicked off because I never was attacking anything that was, holding a point. You get to add 2 dice. The enhanced armor gives them protection, but the B1s have protection too.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I don't know why the B1s have protection.
They get the relentless advance, which is nice for the B2s because that spend a force to do the dash.
Yeah.
But in this with Kalani, is the dash that necessary? It did help me get to that back point the one time to score it with that B2 unit that got pushed off, so that was helpful. But yeah, this game, if you don't play the objective, like when I screwed up over here with Kalani that round, you lose pretty quick. If you play the objectives, it's a very good struggle.
You saw red. You were killing everything one hot. You wanted.
Yeah,
to
I know. I
think the biggest issue with Obi is the primary Obi is the best unit in the game on the we'll call it the light side, the Republic side, that synergy side.
On the blue side.
On the Republic side, if you're going to play synergies, he's by far the best unit they have.
His Hunker, keeping Hunker in melee and Hunker being able to heal.
His hello there lets him jump and add dice to his attack on top of that. So
yeah, they would be fun,
just very fun
together.
Not to have this. I played at the store with a Vader and primary Obi, and that was a very good combination.
Yeah, I think didn't you have Padawan Ahsoka in that list too? So
yeah,
you had the whole crew.
It was Vader, yeah. It was
Clone Wars crew there.
It was Vader, Rex, the 501st up him, so pretty much Anakin, but with Vader. And then it was Obi, the
Padawan Ahsoka,
and I think I had the 212. His
the 212.
Yeah, and that worked really, really well. But yeah, even in this game, so much melee you did to me early, you stripped all the hunkers. So it would be nice to have you go from I get no extra dice, so I get extra dice every time I wear your shit.
Yeah,
and it makes you not strip it, which is really nice. But yeah, it was still a fun game. Just that point, once we got to that second half of Struggle 2, just became very obvious for me. I was really quickly, I can't get him off. And you guys saw the 501st. I think people who play the game know they're one of the weaker units in the game.
I think they are. Everybody pretty much agrees they are the weakest unit in the game.
And so it's very hard to get to that third or fourth part on the tree to push anything. So it's unfortunate. The commandos are a little better, but they're also they're very squishy. So you gotta be really careful with them.
Yeah.
I don't know how much I like the fit with them, but
should have thrown some B1s in there.
They wouldn't have synergized with anything. But yeah, I'm looking forward, to be honest, as much as I love the Force users and Saber users, because this already has more than Legion does, it will be nice to have some primaries on the Republic side that aren't Saber users.
Yeah. Because all of the Republic primaries don't have a ranged Saber attack.
Not one. Oh, technically Vader is Republic.
Vader does have one.
So he does have
but
one. He's the only one on the whole side.
Grievous and Maul both have ranged attack. Dooku has a ranged attack.
I think everything but...
I don't think Asajj does.
I think everything but Asajj.
Yeah, Asajj does not have one.
That's it.
That's
we don't have any besides technically Vader. But Vader's... Yeah. So it'll be nice. I don't know what Padme's going to do. I'm looking forward to that just because it's different. I'm looking forward to being able to shoot with the primary.
Mother Talzin on our side is going to be interesting for sure on the dark side. So
hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you subscribe. We didn't give a bonus word. Bonus word's going to be let's call it
one shot. One shot for the bonus, guys.
Sure, one shot to make this Joe salty.
One shot for salty Joe. But
remember, this is the last week for the core set, so if you want the core set, comment below, please. Share the video out. Hit that link, that first link up top. Let's AMG know that you're watching our videos. And
also,
helps us.
If you are a Patreon, you get many bonus entries into these giveaways, which would also give you a better chance at winning that core set. So if you do want to support us, go ahead and look at our Patreon. It doesn't cost a whole lot if you want to just become an entry-level core Patreon and help us out. But thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.